Steep declines in crypto prices over the weekend, adding to double-digit losses for the month so far when it comes to Bitcoin.
The market is shaking right now, and for the first time in a long time, Bitcoin is closed below the 50-week moving average. This is the line in the sand that separates the bull market from the bear market. Absolutely everyone is staring at this right now. Mostly thanks to Benjamin Cohen, which is a technical analyst that hasn't stopped yelling about this all year. But here's the real story behind the structure that we're seeing. This isn't just random, it's not panic out of nowhere. There's a very specific reason why confidence is dried up. Right around $126,000, Jerome Powell stepped up and said something that the market did not want to hear. He said he wasn't comfortable cutting rates while the government was in shutdown mode. Before the shutdown, we actually had a weird kind of bullishness. There was no data, and no data meant nothing negative. Markets absolutely loved that, and that's why we pushed into an October top. And then Powell basically said, look, we don't have enough data to justify cutting rates, and I'm not stepping on the gas until we do. That was a switch in the market, which the shutdown went from no data is good to wait, we actually need data to, well, the liquidity train might not arrive at all. The market suddenly realized if we don't get the rate cuts, then the easy liquidity into risk assets, the stuff that sends altcoins vertical, might be delayed. Today, the probability of a December rate cut is just around 40%. And at the end of October, it was around 80 to 90%. So you can clearly see that the probability of a rate cut in December is drastically going down. And you can see that while you're looking at the market. But here's one thing that no one's talking about is the Fed ends QT on the 1st of December. And that hasn't happened in years. So that's one negative force which is gone. And then once expansion happens, that's liquidity coming back into the system. If your portfolio is 90% in altcoins, you need to understand this next point. Altcoins have never rallied during an active QT. So the moment QT ends on the 1st of December, it gives the market a real window, a chance for alts to strengthen. And honestly, that could be the reason why altcoins have outperformed Bitcoin over the last month. Even if it emotionally and looking at your portfolio, it doesn't seem like it, a lot of them have been outperforming Bitcoin. Now let's talk about price action. I personally believe the bottom for Bitcoin will be around $85,000 to $90,000. That's a clean 30% correction from the highs, and it fits perfectly with the pattern we've seen since the spot ETF has launched. Sellers look exhausted. The fear and greed index has been in extreme fear for 10 days straight, and we're sitting right around the $91,000 mark as I record this video. So a lot of people don't know that I've actually been in this space since 2016, and I took profit for the first time by the end of 2017 when Bitcoin was around $15,000. Then the COVID crash happened in 2020. I accumulated all the way back down to about $3,000 again, while CNBC and Bloomberg, absolutely everyone was calling it a scam.
Bitcoin. You never heard of them a few weeks ago? Now everybody's talking about them, but is it a currency?
I don't know. Brother, can you spare a Bitcoin?
It exists only online. Tell you the truth, I also don't get it.
It's not magic, but it's just being disciplined to continue to buy when everyone else is running away. As a long-term prediction for Bitcoin, I probably believe it's going to be ranging around $1 million to $2 million by 2030. But obviously, that's my own personal thesis, and it's not financial advice. Now let's talk about the final 45 days of the year, and I'll show you a narrative which is finally waking up, which is privacy. Zcash, Monero, they've all been absolutely printing over the last month as the privacy narrative heats up. But there's one project that not enough people are talking about, and it's sitting at just $5 million. In the last 6 months, over $2 billion in crypto has been stolen. Absolutely crazy. And most of these hacks didn't happen on chain, they happened at the operating system level. That's where Nonos steps in. They're building the world's first zero-state operating system, written entirely from scratch in Rust, designed for complete privacy, decentralization, and maximum security. This is what it actually means. They're creating an environment where you can bank, trade, store assets, and operate online safely with trusted endpoints and secure hardware. Your computer becomes a vault, not a vulnerability. Because here's the truth that nobody wants to admit. About 80% of crypto hacks start at the OS level, not smart contracts, not exchanges, just people doing normal things, downloading software, opening a PDF, suddenly their wallets are now drained. That shouldn't be the case, and it doesn't have to be. Nonos wants to eliminate the entire category of risk. This isn't just about crypto, it's a system that can be used for banking, military systems, government agencies, medical infrastructure, anywhere that security matters at the highest level. This is why I love the idea. It protects everyday users, especially the ones who don't fully understand the risks that they're taking. The token, which is Nox, powers every interaction inside the system. So that wraps up my view on the market right now. We're waiting to see if Jerome Powell hints at a potential rate cut in December. We're waiting to see if Bitcoin can break above $105,000 with strength. And I'm keeping a close eye on privacy coins over the next 4 to 5 weeks. And I'll see you in the next one.